The photo popped up on my feed as I was scrolling before bed. The screen's blue glow lit up the dark room. There she was, my wife, laughing with her head thrown back, her arm around a guy I'd never seen. The caption read, "Mountain vibes with the best crew." My stomach dropped. I felt the bed dip as I sat up, heart hammering. I zoomed in. His hand was on her waist. Not sexual, but intimate. I told myself it was innocent, but I knew, in that moment, that nothing would ever be the same. Before that weekend, we were happy. I was sure of it. We'd been married 3 years, together 6. Our love language was sarcasm and Netflix. We bickered about dishes, not fidelity. She worked in marketing, climbing the corporate ladder. I taught high school English, which meant I came home with stories about kids who thought Shakespeare was a rapper. We balanced each other. Every Tuesday was date night. We'd try new restaurants or order pizza and watch bad reality TV. Every Sunday morning, we'd walk to the coffee shop, share a croissant, and do the crossword. She always did the across. I handled the downs. Her friends were her anchor. Jess from college and Maya from work. Twice a year, they'd vanish for a girls' trip. I'd always cheered her on. "Go, be wild," I'd say. "I'll be here, grading essays." This trip was to a cabin in the mountains. "No cell service, no Wi-Fi," she'd said, packing. "It's going to be a digital detox." I helped her lift the suitcase onto the bed. "Sounds peaceful," I lied. I was actually looking forward to a quiet weekend alone. The morning she left, I made her pancakes. We ate at the kitchen table, feet tangled. "I'll miss you," she said. "2 nights only," I replied. "I'll survive." She kissed me, grabbed her keys, and drove off. I stood in the driveway, watching until her car disappeared around the corner. Then I went back inside, turned on the TV, and enjoyed the silence. That night, I texted her, "How's the cabin?" She sent a picture of a fire pit with marshmallows. "Cozy. Miss you." I smiled. Our normal was still there, even with 200 miles between us. The second night, I was scrolling through Instagram, avoiding lesson planning when I saw it. A photo of her at a bar, laughing, with her arm around a guy I didn't know. The caption, "Mountain vibes with the best crew." My stomach clenched. I zoomed in. The guy's hand was on her waist. Not sexual, but close. I told myself it was innocent. He's probably Jess's boyfriend's friend, I reasoned. I almost believed it. That's when the first shift happened. I picked up my phone and called her. It rang twice, then went to voicemail. I hung up without leaving a message. I just stared at her contact photo. That smile I knew so well, and felt the first crack in my certainty. The photo wouldn't let go. It replayed in my head. Her laugh, his hand on her waist. I tried to focus on my lesson plans, but the words blurred. I called her again that night. Straight to voicemail. I hung up without leaving a message. The silence in the house was louder than any ringing. The next morning, I checked her Instagram. She'd posted a story, a video of the guy doing karaoke. She added a laughing emoji. My stomach twisted. I found Mark's profile. He worked in finance, had mutual friends with Jess. I told myself I was just curious, but I knew it was more. The day she was due home, I cleaned the house. I baked cookies, lit her lavender candle. I wanted everything perfect. Her car pulled into the driveway at 4 p.m. I watched from the window as she got out, stretching. She looked tired but happy. I met her at the door, took her bags, and kissed her. "Welcome home," I said. She smiled. "It's good to be back." She dropped onto the couch, kicked off her shoes. "I'm exhausted. I'm gonna shower." She left her phone on the coffee table, screen up. A notification lit up. "Hey, it's Mark. Last night was fun. Can't wait to do it again." My breath hitched. I looked at the bathroom door. Steam was already seeping under it. I picked up the phone. My thumb hovered over the home button. I knew her passcode. We'd shared them years ago. I told myself I was just checking the time, but I tapped it in, 0-7-1-4. Her birthday. The messages were there. Flirty, frequent. "Thinking about you in that dress," he'd written. She'd replied with a wink emoji. My heart pounded. I scrolled further. Miss you already. When can I see you again? Her reply, soon. I felt like I'd been punched. I dropped the phone as if it burned me. It clattered on the table. I froze, listening. The shower was still running. I quickly arranged the cookies on a plate, trying to act normal. But my hands were shaking. After that first night, I was hooked. The phone became my obsession. Every evening, after she fell asleep, I'd wait for her breathing to deepen, then slip her phone from the nightstand. I'd scroll through the messages, each one a fresh wound. They'd progressed from flirty to intimate. I can't wait to feel your skin against mine, he'd written. She'd replied, it's inevitable. I felt sick, but I couldn't stop. I started noticing other things. She'd changed her password. Now it was 0-7-1-4-2, her birthday plus 2. She knew I knew it. She was locking me out. One morning, I found a receipt in her purse for La Belle Époque, a French restaurant we'd never been to. The date, the Saturday she was away. I stared at it. My mind raced. Had they met up? I confronted her about the receipt, trying to sound casual. Hey, did you try that new French place? She looked up from her coffee. Oh, that? Jess and I grabbed a quick bite there. Why? I shrugged. Just wondering. It's expensive. She smiled. It was her treat. Don't worry. I nodded, but my gut said she was lying. That night, I followed her digitally. I created a fake Instagram account and sent her a follow request. She accepted within an hour. I started liking her old posts, trying to get her attention. She never noticed. I was losing myself. At work, I'd zone out, replaying their conversations in my head. My students would ask, Mr. Miller, are you okay? I'd force a smile. Just tired. One evening, I was deep in her messages when she stirred. I quickly lowered the phone, pretending to be asleep. She sat up, looked at me, then at her phone on the nightstand. She reached for it, but I rolled over, murmuring, come back to bed. She hesitated, then lay back down. My heart hammered. I'd almost been caught. The next day, she was distant. She spent hours in her home office, door closed. I'd hear her laughing softly, talking on the phone. Who was she talking to? Mark? I wanted to barge in, demand answers. But I stayed frozen. I needed to know the truth. I considered hiring a private investigator, but I couldn't afford it. I thought about confronting Mark, but I didn't have his number. I was trapped in my own mind, a prisoner of suspicion. One afternoon, I snapped. She was in the shower. I grabbed her phone, scrolled to Mark's number, and typed a message. Stay away from my wife. I hit send before I could think. I stood there, horrified. The phone buzzed almost immediately. A reply. Who is this? I didn't answer. I deleted the message thread and placed the phone back exactly where I'd found it. She came out of the bathroom, towel wrapped around her. Did you need something? She asked. I shook my head. No, just nothing. She gave me a strange look, then went to her dresser. I could feel the distance between us growing, a chasm I didn't know how to bridge. I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the text from Mark. She was in the kitchen, making dinner. I was at the table, pretending to read. My phone buzzed. It was a text from an unknown number. I know what you did. Stop contacting me. My blood ran cold. It was Mark. He knew I'd sent that message. She glanced at my phone. Who's that? She asked. I quickly pocketed it. Wrong number, I muttered. She narrowed her eyes. You've been acting weird all week. What's going on? I kept my eyes on my book. Nothing. Just stressed about work. She slammed the spoon on the counter. Bullshit. You're distant. You're drinking more. You're checking your phone every 2 seconds. What is it? I finally looked at her. I saw the photo. From the trip. Her face went pale. What photo? The one with you and Mark. At the bar. She stared, then laughed bitterly. Oh, that. It was nothing. Just a friend. His hand was on your waist. I said, my voice trembling. So? He's a friend. You're overreacting. I pulled out my phone, showed her the messages I'd read. And these? Miss you already? Can't wait to feel your skin? She went white. She grabbed the phone from my hand, scrolled through, then looked up, eyes blazing. You went through my phone? I didn't answer. I couldn't. She threw the phone across the room. It hit the wall with a crack. How could you? She whispered. I stood up. I had to know. Know what? That I have friends? That I can have fun without you. You lied about the restaurant, I said. And you changed your password. She ran her hands through her hair. I changed it because I knew you'd snoop. I knew you wouldn't trust me. I felt a surge of anger. Maybe I wouldn't have if you hadn't given me reason. She looked at me, tears in her eyes. You don't trust me, she said, her voice breaking. I opened my mouth to deny it, to explain, to apologize. But the words stuck in my throat. I just stood there, silent. She shook her head, a tear sliding down her cheek. I need some air. She grabbed her keys and left, the door slamming behind her. I sank to the floor, the silence of the house pressing in. I had crossed every line, and now I had nothing left. That night, I didn't sleep. I paced the house, replaying every word, every mistake. I had become the monster I never wanted to be. She didn't come home until dawn. I heard her key in the lock, the soft click of the door. I waited for her to come to bed, but she didn't. I found her on the couch, curled up under a blanket, staring at the wall. I'm sorry, I whispered. She didn't turn. Go away. I stood there, helpless. Please, we need to talk. Talk. Talk about what? How you invaded my privacy. How you accused me of cheating. There's nothing left to say. I reached for her, but she pulled away. Don't touch me. The next few days were a blur of silence. We moved around each other like ghosts, avoiding eye contact, speaking only when necessary. The house felt like a museum, every object a reminder of what we'd lost. I tried to reach out. I left her notes. I love you. I'm sorry. She ignored them. One evening, I came home to find her packing a suitcase. My heart stopped. What are you doing? She didn't look up. I'm going to stay with Jess for a while. I need space. Space? We need to work this out. She finally met my eyes, and I saw the hurt there, raw and deep. There's nothing to work out. You don't trust me. That's the foundation of any relationship. Without it, we have nothing. I sank onto the bed, defeated. I know. She zipped the suitcase, her hands trembling. I'll be back in a few days to get the rest of my things. Please don't do this, I begged. She walked past me, not touching me. The door closed softly behind her. I sat there, the silence louder than any argument. That night, I drank until I passed out. I dreamed of her laughing with Mark, their hands intertwined. I woke up with a splitting headache, alone in the big empty bed. I called in sick to work. I couldn't face my students, my colleagues. I couldn't face anyone. Days turned into weeks. I barely ate. I lost weight. My boss called, concerned. I told him I was fine, just dealing with some personal issues. I started seeing a therapist, not because I wanted to, but because I couldn't function. I sat in her office, week after week, trying to explain the mess I'd made. She listened, nodded, asked questions. Why did you do it? She asked. I don't know, I replied. I was scared. Scared of what? Of losing her. And did you? I looked out the window, at the gray sky. I think I already have. One afternoon, I came home to find her standing in the living room, holding a box. My heart leapt. You're back. She looked up, eyes red. I'm here to get the rest of my stuff. I stepped forward. Please, can we talk? She set the box down. There's nothing to say. It's over. I felt the world tilt. Over? Just like that. Just like that. She picked up the box, brushed past me. At the door, she paused. I never wanted this, she whispered. Then she was gone. I slid down the wall, sobbing. The house felt colder, emptier. I had lost her, and I had no one to blame but myself. It's been 3 months. I still live in the same house, sleep in the same bed. The silence is a constant companion. I see her occasionally when she comes to pick up the last of her things. We exchange polite nods, small talk about the weather. It's like we're strangers. Sometimes, I'll find a forgotten hair tie in a drawer, a stray sock behind the washing machine. Little pieces of her that I can't let go. I think about what I did. The snooping, the accusations, the destruction. I know I was wrong. I know I drove her away. People tell me time heals all wounds. But some wounds leave scars that never fade. This is one of them. I'll never trust so easily again. I'll never love so blindly again. That part of me died with our marriage. Sometimes, at night, I'll pick up my phone, scroll to her contact, and hover over the call button. But I never press it. Some things are better left unsaid. I'm learning to live with the quiet. It's not peace, but it's something that I still have the photo. I don't know why I saved it. Maybe I needed proof that it was real.